All right, guys. So this is Judo Surveys, right? I'm back with another big banger. So it's been a while. It's been a while. All right. So this particular one I'll be sharing with you guys today. It's a branded survey. How to bypass the whole verification issue with branded. Okay. I've known I've known some tricks about branding for a while, but I've just been hesitant to post it. Yes, I know a lot of people have been complaining. Before you do branded, you need ID card. You need ID card. You need ID card. Me, I've known long time ago you can actually withdraw from branded without ID card. But somehow, I've been reluctant to make any video about it. But today I will, because I have one or two tricks I want to share. So I will be making a video about it. Yes. Now, this is the URL to branded. That is the URL at the top. Your direct link to register. If you don't have an account, you just look at what I type. What is there? Type it out, put it on your URL, and it's going to take you to the branded page. So this is my account. It's very easy. Just go to sign up, put your email, go to your email, get your sign up activation code, you activate it, and that is all. You are good to go. Yeah, some people might be waiting for me to show a proof that I have withdrawn for branded, to show that this method works. I am not going to show any proof. Don't do it. Don't even watch it. Leave it. Right? Don't bother. I'm not going to show you the proof, but I'm going to spill out the, what's it called, I'm going to spill out the trick here. If you listen, fine. If you don't, if you are waiting for a proof, you will not see it. So all right, at Apple, somebody came into my comment section the other day and asked me he would like to see a proof of me withdrawing from Atapol. I smiled. I don't even think if I, what's it called, if I actually posted that. Yes, I just left it. The reason why is because, not because he asked something that is not valid. It's actually valid, but don't worry, I'm not going to, what he asked is actually valuable. I'm not going to show the proof. You can join my community and ask people if they were able to see anything out of it, but I can guarantee you, people, you would see, and people are actually seeing. All right, so this is it. This is a new branded account, and now let me show you the tricks. One thing with branded is that when you want to do well with branded, you must have an IP that you will be consistent with. Do you know the reason why branded asks people for verification? You can actually withdraw from your branded account without ID verification. Yes, a lot of people have without ID verification. Now, there are reasons why some platforms tend to ask people for verification. Now, it is simply because of they have what? They have encrypted their platform, or they have something at the back end of their platform that does this whole automated fraud detection stuff. So they have automated fraud detection system embedded in the codings. You understand? Let me not go too far. Just embedded on their page. Okay, all those anti-fraud stuff. Now PayPal have stuffs like that. PayPal does have it. That's the reason why you discover that now they don't ask you for verification. Now they don't ask you for verification. Account will be going well. Before you know, just because you went and registered with a new browser, you went and logged in your paper with another different browser, the next thing they'll knock you for verification. Why? Because they are trying to protect the integrity of their system. So these things are monitored by AI. So anything that triggers any of the clauses, any of those things that they have tagged at as risks, as fraud, anything that you do that triggers it would automatically pop up that ID verification. So if you do not do anything that triggers it, ID verification would not come out. So which means that you can as well use that account without having to do ID verification. When it comes up, it's because something has triggered their anti-fraud detection system, right? It just looks like how you're doing something against what they want at that point. So they want you to verify so they know you. They really get to know, okay, this is the person. So if anything goes wrong, they know who to reach. You get what I'm trying to say. So have this in mind. Most platforms that ask for verification, not all of them really need you to verify at the initial stage. They only bring it up when you have done something that looks like you're going against community rule, or you looks like you're trying to do something fraudulent and they do not want it. So they'll pop out that verification to really get to know you. People do it a lot. The same to branded. This leads me to say that you can actually withdraw from your branded. You can actually withdraw from your branded without having to do ID card verification. How do I go about it? You can use a browser. You can use your Brave browser if you want. Get an account, sign up, get an IP, a proxy that you know that you can use for a very long time. You won't have to be changing it. When you keep changing proxy, what happens is you will trigger the fraud detection system. IP here, this IP today, tomorrow you are on another IP. That's the first mistake to make on branded. And do not use a rotating IP on branded. Not that somebody may use a rotating IP and he may go scot-free, but I'll advise you, do not use a rotating IP on branded. The more you keep changing your IP location, it will trigger the fraud detection system. It will trigger the fraud detection system, and it's going to ask you for a verification. So as much as possible, stick to a single IP as much as possible. I know someone, I have a friend who have been unbranded for more than, I think more than 6 months. There's a particular IP he uses, and he makes sure that when he goes on his branded, that is the only thing he's using. He's that consistent, he's that disciplined. These are intentional people. So you can get an IP from Jonix. Jonix is quite expensive, okay? Yes, I'm not doing a campaign for them or anything. It's okay, but it's just quite expensive. If you can afford it, fine. If you cannot, go for what you can afford. But be consistent with any IP you want to use on Unix. Be consistent. That's the first mistake. When you're not consistent with your IP, it will automatically ask you for verification. I personally have 1 or 2 students that have taken personal classes, survey classes, that have withdrawn from branded without having to do the ID verification. Okay. All right, so having said that, having established that fact, try to be good with your demograph. Okay, be good with your demograph. What do I mean by be good? Now, when you pick a survey on branded and you want to take a survey, when you pick a survey on branded and you want to take a survey, when they ask you that first pre-screener, I think my network is not great. It's not even loading. Just go back. It's not loading. When they ask you that first pre-screener, right, make sure each response you give on that first pre-screener is what you actually have on as your registered demograph profile on this account. When they ask you that first pre-screener, please try not to be changing responses there. When it has left that pre-screener stage, when it has gone back to the main survey, if you do feel well, if it has gone back to a new panel, yeah, that's taking you out of branded to a new panel to somewhere else. If you feel you want to make some tweaks, you can. But you see that first initial pre-screener that it will ask you those questions, where do you blah 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 your postcode, please always put what is there on your profile. You can see some of this call. I know this call is coming from somebody who is in the community. We've called the first one. I didn't respond. Sure, you know, go just leave the second one. When I come back online, I'll see it. Or when I'm less busy with what I'm doing, I'll see it. Okay. All right. He has done that. So those are the 2 things. Please be consistent with your pre-screener, and then also be consistent with an IP. Be consistent with an IP. So when you choose to use Brave for your survey, for your branded, make sure you do not accept Brave to use cache file. Don't accept it. Don't accept cache file. But if you have mistakenly accepted cache file, no problem. Make sure that the only thing you do on your Brave is to access your branded. When you keep visiting other sites, do you know what would happen? When Brave takes some of those your cache file information, what will happen at the end of the day is that Brave and branded, I said Brave rather, branded will take some of your browsing information and would want to give you surveys that match your browsing pattern. Right? They want to give you surveys that match your browsing pattern. Now, if they want to give you surveys that match your browsing pattern and your browsing history is an irregular, the geographical location associated with your browsing pattern is irregular. Today you're on Nigerian IP, tomorrow you are here, irregular. It will trigger an anti-fraud system. It will trigger the anti-fraud system, and then the next thing, because of your inconsistent cache file history, automatically it will trigger unbranded, and then branded will just out of nowhere will ask you for ID card verification. So these are some of the things. If you are on Brave, leave it only branded. Don't use it to do anything. And if you're going to use it to do something else, make sure that you never accept cache file if branded is asking you. But if you have accepted, make sure that branded is the only thing you're doing there. So now, if you withdraw the first time and then the second time branded is still asking you for verification, when you come to withdraw the second time, what that means is that your account have been triggered. Something is either from your IP. At some point, your IP went off, the DNS leaked, gave you a different location, it triggered your branded without you even knowing. Sometimes some people will tell me that, sir, I'm using a good proxy, I don't know what happened. They ban their account. Sometimes that good proxy, you were just connected to somebody there, and the network you're connected to, do you know that Sometimes they can have timeout. Just the same way we have MTN problem here. That's the same way they can have network problem there. And you might, unfortunately, if you're on a survey and such kind of network outage tends to happen, they might just route you to a backup server. And maybe the backup server they routed you to temporarily maybe tends to now give you a bad DNS location and or a DNS location that did not tally with the current location you're using to take your survey. And you may not even know because you're on survey, you just discover that the thing just slow that period, just slow, and then later the page load. That may be what happened at that point in time. Your DNS was leaking at that point in time, maybe before they rectified whatever they were doing there, or the proxy service company, and then you were on a survey. The next thing you just discover that your account is having issue. You never even knew that was what happened. During your survey, your DNS leaked. So these are some of the small little things. So if after your first withdrawal, you're going to take your branded the second time and it's asking you for location, this is what you would just do. Come to menu, come to preference, go to go to um, go to address. When you come to address, this is where you re-edit. Okay, you re-edit this, especially this. You re-edit this. Leave your name. Don't touch your name, right? Just re-edit this, and then you update it. Okay, you update it. Now I'm using a London postcode. You can change it to West. You can change this to West Midland, right? County. You can change this to West Midland County. So this was the location. I've tried this with a branded account. I've tried this branded account that was asked for ID verification. I tried this particular thing I'm saying now. I tried this and it worked. Immediately I changed this to from London, and immediately I changed it from London to West Midlands County. Automatically I updated my address. It automatically overrode that verification a limitation I had, and it felt like okay, it's a new person coming on board now. And then the location disappeared, the verification disappeared, and I continued my survey and I was able to cash out again from that account. So what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is try to change your postcode, change your location to another location. It's not a must for you to use West Midland. Go to your ChatGPT, ask ChatGPT to give you all all the counties in UK. Ask it to give you all the counties in UK that people don't usually, that are not popular, that people don't usually use when taking surveys, that are not popular. It will list them for you. Pick one of them. Also ask ChatGPT to give you the postcode for that county. Use it to fill this side. Whatever ChatGPT gives you, use it to fill it. If you want to use Midland, you can use West Midland postcode. Ask of the IP. Ask of a postcode for West Midland. Once you have it, come here and put it. Ask of an address in West Midland. When you have it, come here and put it. Ask ChatGPT so you get something that is real. When it's not real, branded will figure it out, and that would also trigger you. So don't come and just automatically fabricate something and put here. Yes, West Midland is not the only place you can use. You can use other places, but just don't go with the London and the rest of all the side. Go with places that are not very, very popular. All right. So updating this just helps you bypass the limitation you're facing with numbers. So the system automatically sees you as if a new person is trying to access the platform, and it takes that verification away for the time being. That doesn't mean that it will never come up again. It will if you trigger the system again, because you have not really done the main verification. It just disappears for that point in time. Okay, all right. So somebody shared this with me, and I thought it wise to also share it with my community. Okay, so that is that about that. So when you discover that ID card verification is coming up on your branded, it's just because you have done something that triggered the anti-fraud detection system. So that's why they want to know you now. So, and by the way, like I said, you can actually withdraw from branded without having to do ID verification. A lot of people have been doing it. I know about this for a very long time, but I'm just making the video now. Alright, so that's that about that, guys. You can, when you need to fill this place, please don't come and be asking me what do I put here in the comment section. Just go to ChatGPT. It will tell you what to use and the best thing to use. Something very real and something that is traceable to a real location there. Alright, guys, so please enjoy your branded. Get a permanent number. You need a permanent number. Okay, you need a permanent number, not a one-time number, because each time you withdraw from branded, it's gonna ask you for OTP each time. So that's that about that, guys. So peace and love.